Vengeance, and welcome to a weekly update. I am looking at probably going ahead and doing weekly updates of Marvel Avengers Alliance in order to try and keep up with everybody. My walkthroughs are still on hold, and I'm hoping to at least try and get myself squared away to where I can do a proper walkthrough of this Spec Op. No promises, folks. Unfortunately, that's a no can do. However, y'all notice I'm on a Spec Ops screen. That means one thing and one thing only. New Special Operations, The Dark World. This is a tie-in to the new movie, Thor, The Dark World. And yes, it is the exact same thing as what we've had with Iron Man 3. In which we get a hero that not a lot of us would really know about. Rescue us for Iron Man 3. For this one, we get Heimdall. How about we go take a look? Here we go. Heimdall. Heimdall Bio. Brother of Sif and steadfast friend of Thor, Heimdall is the guardian of the Bifrost Bridge and the eternal sentry of Asgard. His vision and hearing are so sensitive that they border on omniscience, allowing him to perceive threats from all across the 9 worlds. Though statue-like in his demeanor, he is anything but idle and will not hesitate to use his considerable skill as a warrior to protect Asgard. So, taking a quick look at his passives, he is Asgardian, just like Sith and Thor, which means he's immune to burning, chilled, poison, and radiation. He's also got the special passive of Farsight. Most enemy attacks cannot be stealthy, and the chance to negate preemptive counterattacks really sets him apart from all the others. Okay, what this does is infiltrators really can't be stealthy as they want to be. And if they try to counter any attacks, well, they had best be ready for a problem. So, let's take a look at his gear, aka his attacks. Okay, just like all the other heroes, once you level him up to 13, he will have all 8 ISO and 2 empowered ISO slots. His health and defense are standard for Bruiser, which is at 4 bars. Stamina and attack are 3 bars, accuracy is 2, and evasion is 1. So he's not a very evasive person, and his attack, though pretty big, you're going to have a problem landing hits on more, shall we say, dodgy folks. Hofund. Deadly crits, always good. And Finest Hour deals extra damage while agile, focused, fortitude, strengthened, shielded, or healing. Ooh. A Finest Hour on a level 1 attack. That is always nice. Next up is Vigilance, which is an attack that hits all enemies. It is 100%. It is a debuff. Okay? And what happens, it's subtle and a quick action, which means you can go right afterwards. Only time you can't do a quick action is if you're exhausted. Makes everyone off balance, which prevents counters. Winded, which prevents follow-ups. And the Eternal Vigilant, chance to prevent enemy attacks. Ooh, boy, that's cool. So for one round, Heimdall will have a chance to keep these guys attacking, and this makes a perfect setup for those who cause flank like Cyclops and Elektra. You can't do follow-up attacks. You can't do counterattacks with Black Widow or another infiltrator like Gambit. Okay, and it hits all the enemies. That is always good. Let's take a look at level 6, the Uru Blade. Causes wide open on all enemies, tenderized on all enemies, and staggered on all enemies. Everybody knows wide open now, especially thanks to Gambit, who does the same thing with his level 9. Everybody takes additional damage from melee attacks, but increasing it more with tenderized and slashing attacks, and makes it to where nobody cannot dodge most attacks and ignores most avoidance effects, really sets it up to where his accuracy is a non-issue. He's going to hit no matter what. And whoever he's with, if they're a hard hitter and a melee fighter, like, say, Juggernaut, they're going to be feeling the pain. Ooh. Oh, shoot. And Juggernaut can strengthen him. Ooh, folks, I'm seeing Heimdall Juggernaut teams coming. If finally, Jalahorn. Correct me if I mispronounced it. Mainly don't care. Besides, this is the only time I'm going to really say it in public. Call to Asgard transports combatants to the Bifrost Bridge. And sound the alarm. Grants agile, focused, fortified, and strengthened. Honestly, I don't see the reason or need for Bifrost Bridge. I don't understand it. So we're on the Bifrost Bridge. What specialty is that? Do we get a buff? Do we get a debuff? Is a certain character going to, or is our Asgardians going to benefit from it? Being on the Bifrost Bridge, is it going to be an arena advantage? That is something that needs to be expounded upon and doesn't really make sense. Let's take a quick look, see if there's anything in the patch notes. Nope. Nothing in the patch notes. Okay. And of course, sound the alarm really sets it up for those who take advantage of Finest Hour. Okay. So that's definitely a good thing. He could definitely be paired up with the likes of, say, Hercules, who would take advantage of having all 4 of these on him at once. It would really set up an early hard hitter. Okay. So, yeah, that's Heimdall. I definitely see potential between him and Juggernaut. I don't think he's going to be a very big heavy hitter. But then again, being able to cancel out most effects from, say, Kitty Pryde threats for counterattacks or threats from Elektra. Oh, hell. Elektra and Ares and Cyclops, who cause flank or do follow-up attacks after the teammates and such. Heimdall might be a good shield against that. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting him. Of course, you have to complete all the tasks to pick him up, and to do that, I have heard of the heroes you're going to need, and I don't think a lot of you are going to like this. Okay, however, these guys have been made free. Or not free, but permanently available now. This is officially the first Spec Ops that will be asking for Spec Op heroes to be used for deploys. Mockingbird, Valkyrie, and She-Hulk. Now, technically, this could be about 415 points, 215 points, or just 15 points. To explain. Both Mockingbird and Valkyrie are Spec Op heroes, so those who did the Spec Ops related to them and were able to complete all the tasks will have them immediately. Hands down. Okay? She-Hulk is one of the heroes you get to choose for free once you finish Chapter 1. Okay, so you have that. On top of that, Mockingbird is available through the Avengers Initiative, in which you face, I believe it's Taskmaster or Red Skull. I don't know which one. Y'all might want to correct me. But you have to face a certain enemy on different difficulties using Captain America, and you'll get her for free. I myself, I don't have that luxury because I don't have a pad that can support it. Yeah, definitely a bit of a pisser. Okay? So, honestly, this could be a freebie for those of you who've been doing this from the beginning and already have these heroes. Close to cheap for you if you have Avengers Initiative and was able to get Mockingbird through that. And otherwise, if you're like me and you're going to have to save up, say, in my case, 350 command points to get them both, yeah, we're in trouble, folks. This one I might actually be shelling out the 25 to skip task 24 if it's the usual task. So let's move on to Loki, the new Lockbox hero. And I swear to God, the fangirl screams in the chat will not end to a point. A few of them say that he looks nothing like Tom Hiddleston, and I'm inclined to agree. I mean, yeah, the costume's based on the movie, but his grin and such is more looking like from the comics. I mean, come on. Anyway, Loki Bio. Son of a frost giant, lover of deception and chaos, Loki Laufeyson was always doomed to be an outsider in Asgard. Despite his cunning wit and mastery of sorcery, he remained forever in the shadow of his stepbrother Thor. Though Loki crafted many schemes to destroy Thor and usurp the throne of Odin, he failed time and time again. Newly released from an Asgardian prison, he now offers to help S.H.I.E.L.D. in exchange for his freedom. But make no mistake, nothing Loki offers is ever as it seems. Let's take a quick look at his passives. He only has one, Liesmith. What it is it creates a chance, it creates illusions, which avoids attacks. And if the attack is successfully avoided, you then get the counter. Now, I don't know if this is for Loki only, or if this spreads to the entire team. Let us take a quick look at the patch notes to find out. Of course, it's probably going to say the exact same thing. Yep, it does. It does. Oh well. So we see until somebody gets him. Gear! So, we have for the level 1, Throwing Dagger. It is a guaranteed hit and has True Strike. So, it's pretty much basic ranged throwing attack. Give or take, pretty much. After Throwing Dagger, it gets a little, shall we say, interesting. Fog of Chaos. Hits one enemy. Causes Cursed Mirror to said enemy. The next two attacks heal the target instead of harming them. Now this can be removed if the attacking member recharges. Knowing AFK PvP bots, they only do that when they run out of energy. Interesting, isn't it? The Trickster Seal, which takes on all enemies. And it starts cooled down, so you can't exactly touch it for a while, but it's a ranged magic debuff. Subtle, doesn't trigger most status effects, and it casts Trickster. And it's a lot like the reverse of the Chaos Shield for Scarlet Witch. What it does is it will take a lot of the beneficial status effects that the other team has and flip them on its head. So say somebody's healing, you're poisoned. Okay, somebody has countered. Oh, I'm sorry. You look hobbled there? You know, it definitely flips everything on its head, and healing actions will damage their target instead. This may be an answer to rescue and Omega Sentinel teams that are constantly protecting, constantly healing each other. It really sets it up to where if they have Trickster on them, and they both use healing nanotech and restoration shield, that's double damage every round, folks. That is a pain in the butt, and you would not want to take off those buffs because they're hurting them. It's like. And then finally, Hall of Mirrors, which is another DOT attack, or AoE attack, and it causes Disoriented, which is on all enemies. You know, chance to attack allies and so forth, the usual thing. and then causes mirror image on himself. Sorry folks, it's not an mirror image on everyone. But it's a high chance to avoid the next 2 single target attacks, which is always good, especially since Loki, if you look at his stats, doesn't exactly have a whole lot of health and defense. As a matter of fact, his stats look more reminiscent to that of a infiltrator. Okay, except his attack is not exactly high enough. Loki is looking to be more of a status effect type person. He is there to flip a person's strategy on its head. Definitely looking forward to seeing how he will do against those like certain teams like the stall team of Omega Sentinel and Rescue, and hell, I'm wondering how this will do against the team of Shadowcat Kitty Pryde and White Crown Phoenix, because most times you run into those two. You have to kill Phoenix. Phoenix re-reses. You have to kill her again before she uses her Phoenix Fire. And it's a pain in the butt a lot of the time. So, continuing on, there is a new progress bar. Allow me to read off. We are introducing a new progress bar which should allow users to see how close they are to receiving their next guaranteed new collection cover. The math for new covers has not changed since we originally launched the feature. We are now just visually showing what's always been working in the background, and it works as described below. You have a chance to receive duplicate covers until you receive a number of duplicates equal to the number of unique covers you currently own in that collection. Each collection has its own counter and does not influence the chances of duplicates in other collections. Here's an example below. You open your 6th new cover and now have 6 unique covers in your collection unlocked. You only need 2 more covers to unlock Loki. You now have a chance to receive up to 6 duplicates before you receive your 7th new cover in your collection. However, each duplicate you receive reduces the chance you will get a duplicate on your next lockbox opening. The progress bar we've added to each collection page will show you how your chances to get a new cover are increasing as you get duplicates, and hopefully will make it easier to determine how close you are to obtaining the lockbox hero. Of course, the example above applies to both opening 1 and 10 lockboxes at a time, but the chance to open any cover at all when opening 1 lockbox never changes. So be aware that most cases, opening 10 lockboxes at a time to complete your collection, it will be faster. Unless you're lucky. Okay, so this really doesn't change anything at all as far as lockboxes go. We're going to pop into collections here. And I have no idea where this bar would be. But here's the lockbox. Here's what the lockboxes look like. They are called, let's see here, mischievous lockboxes. Fitting name. Of course, there are 8 in total, and we are kind of debunking over at the wiki. I'm leading a blog working to debunk the testament that saving up to 120 lockboxes and opening them at once is a guaranteed 8 covers. So, pretty much, we're having a team of people opening 120 lockboxes at once, while another team opens them 10 at a time. Want to check out how this unfolds and so forth? Look up Jacob Koopa in the Avengers Alliance wiki. Look for the blog. It'll be the first blog in there, and there will be a link in the description below. Let's continue on and get back to the Spec Op. There is a new villain by the name of Malekith. He is the villain from the movie. Malekith the Accursed is the ruler of the Dark Elves of Svartalfheim. Ulfland. His goal is nothing less than to plunge all the 9 realms into utter darkness. There's also a new group boss by the name of Curse. Ulgrim the Strong was Malekith's most loyal lieutenant. Abusing that loyalty, Malekith transformed Ulgrim into the monstrous Curse, then convinced Curse that all his suffering was the fault of one Asgardian, Thor. Everybody say it with me. Well, shit. So, there was one more little thing about all this. What was it? Oh yeah! Let's get back to team. And for those of you who have Thor, you've got a limited time, unlike I do, because I don't have him and I won't be able to grab him or anything. But it should be here. There is Modern Armor Thor. There it is, Mighty Thor. Mighty Thor was released, I believe, in the 2012 San Diego Comic-Con to be coming to the game. And they are releasing him for limited time only to be recruited, just like the Iron Man 3 armors for Iron Man and War Machine during the Spec Op only. This one right here, Asgardian, of course, he has the perk God of Thunder. Might of Mjolnir can stack up to 3 times and grants Storm Herald to everyone. And what Storm Herald does is provides a chance to follow up Lightning Strike after when attacking with or being attacked by single target attacks. And doing this will trigger static charges. And everybody knows about static charge. Whenever a static charge is procced and another person has static charge, everybody gets hurt by that static charge. There is a Scrapper and a Bruiser armor. And I believe this would make Thor the second to have 3 different alts. That being Avengers, Mighty, and Modern Armor. And this of course correlates with Iron Man. Iron Man himself having, and I'll go ahead and click him, the Iron Man Mark 42. The Armor Model 35 from the Avengers movie. Oh wait, no, that's your regular. This is the Avengers movie. And the Mark 5 armor, which is pretty awesome. Okay. Now we can move on to other things. Let's take a quick look at the weapons. This is the research stuff. Dark Elf Mask is the new consumable, which gains True Strike and Guaranteed Hit. Attacking a Dark Elf shatters their illusion, reverting back to Generalist. Cool. So pretty much Dark Elves, well, I guess Dark Elves are kind of like Omega Sentinels, or Prime Sentinels, forgive me. Okay. Let's see here. There is the Stone Golem Club, which is the first research item. What it does is it's customized and splintering stone, which is chance to cause damage to additional targets. Then we have the Eclipse, which is True Strike, targeted, what causes targeted 50% chance of targeted and a 50% chance of incap. Then we have the Watcher's Blade, at the ready. 50% chance when attacked to reset the cooldown of Horn of Wisdom and make it a quick action. We'll look at that here in a minute. Customized, cornered and off balance, and final stand. Activated when an ally has been defeated. Ulgrim's Rage no longer requires Invigorated before performing a follow-up attack. Watcher's Blade is one of the Dark Defiance set. We'll be looking at more of those here in a minute. Let's see here. Mission info. For the first mission, Destruction, there is Burn the Resistance, Customized, Remove Buff, and Scorched Earth. That is the weapon you can get for felling the Destroyer in Mission 1. In Mission 2, we have our first epic boss of facing Malekith. When taking down the Enchantress, you get the Seduction, Disoriented, Mind Control, and Darkness for taking out Malekith, which Permeating Gloom reduces attack, and Consumed by Piercing Haze for additional damage. And then Enveloping Shadows reduces defense and evasion, drains stamina, and can stack up to 3 times. Ooh, I like. Then we have Mission 3. Yes, I know of the tasks. In which taking out Malekith will give you Shadow. Customized. Power set by agent level. True Strike. Piercing Haze. Reduces accuracy. Consumed by Permeating Gloom for additional damage. And Enveloping Shadow. Reduces defense and evasion, drains stamina, and the effect can stack up to 3 times. Notice a trend here. One item coexists with the other to cause additional damage and continuously stack enveloping shadows. Nice. Alright, on top of all of that, let's see if it's up here yet. No, it is not. But coming soon will be the gold weapon for the Spec Op, which, if I'm reading correctly here, is going to be Frigga's Hope. I could be wrong. Here we go, Frigga's Hope. Yes, it is Dark Defiance Set 4. I don't have it here to show you guys, but it has Stealthy, Causes Bleeding, Eternal Hope, attacks with Frigga's Hope, gains Paragon Exploiter, and Desperation after an ally has been defeated. And it is a one enemy target attack. Only takes about 8% stamina. Don't know about its hit and criticals yet, because, well, nobody's been able to get it. But those are the only 2 Dark Defiance set items that we know of at the moment. Okay. Let me see about Gamma Hammer here, which is another item that's supposed to be going up for sale here shortly. What it is irradiated. Applies radiation exposure to characters that use melee attacks on this target. Customized. And side effects. May cause blinded, poisoned, staggered, off-balance, winded, cornered, incapacitation, intimidated, exhausted, isolate, corruption, halitosis, and in extreme cases, superpowers. And of course, we all know superpowers means super heroic. So it's one of those risk and return type weapons. You won't get irradiated yourself, but it will be a pain in the butt. Okay? It is not a part of the set, but it is an item that's going to be going up here very soon. Let's see here. Gamma Hammer, Frigga's Hope. There is a crafting task. Okay, just like with the 25 tasks and the 7 tasks for collecting, for the lockboxes and such. There are Heavy Burden, which is collecting 50 cold irons. They are pieces of Algrim's Rage. Okay. Oh, I see here. Algrim's Rage is the next one, but we don't have specs on that one yet. What it is you're going to do the group battle against, pretty much against the group boss. curse, and it's pretty much going to play out the same way as the last group boss. You face him, you get off about 5 to 10%, you're going to get a cold iron. From that cold iron, you collect 50 of them, and you'll be able to research Ulgrim's Rage, which would be the third of the items. Let us see if it's at least in the shop. Resources. Oh yeah, guys. Omega Lockboxes disappear tomorrow if you want to get them. Okay. Supplies. I'm not seeing cold irons. There it is, cold iron. Right now it's only an item that removes beneficial status. It is 4 gold. I still tell people it is not worth spending the gold. If you have enough people in your friend spots down below, you will get enough group bosses to where you will get enough cold irons within time. So that's not going to be a big issue. Soon as we know more about Ulgrim's Rage, I will let you know immediately. Okay. The tasks for the Spec Op, and I do plan on doing a walkthrough once I work with certain people about how to do it. I'm asking for help for once. You will be asked to use Sif and Valkyrie, both of which are team-ups in Spec Op 14 Mission 1 if you don't have them. And for once, what they're doing is they're combining these tasks. Okay? You're no longer just using one hero and one ability. For example, Task 2 will ask you to use Sif's Leaping Slash 4 times and Valkyrie's Dragon Fang 4 times. You will be using Thor's Hammer Throw 5 times. And it can, most of these can be done outside of Spec Op. Okay? Bear in mind, you're still going to be competing against things like Curse and so forth. Let's see here. And of course, you're doing PvP battles. I have heard that there is currently a glitch that's preventing you from doing practice battles. So if you get to task 8 and you can't do practice battles, be aware. Okay? If you collect any Dark Elf masks, don't sell them right away. There is a task that will ask you to use them, and it is fairly early. See here. Of course, you need to go ahead and plan for 2-starring missions 1 and 2, and then 3-starring all the missions. The tasks for that is 10 for mission 1, 18 for mission 2, and then of course mission task 24 would be the one where you have to 3-star all of them. Okay? Let's see here. Of course, you're going to be asked to use Heimdall's abilities as well, in which he is a team-up in missions 2 and 3. Son of Secrets, which is collecting lockboxes. Taking on the Enchantress, Dark Side of the Moon, and so forth. Trickster, using Loki's Fog of Chaos twice, and he has a team up in missions 2 and 3. And of course, the final task is taking on Meleketh as his epic boss form in mission 2, in which you're going to require Mockingbird, She-Hulk, and Valkyrie. There are 7 lockbox tasks: defeating Dark Elves, defeating Jotun, winning 3 PvP battles, Completing 12 combats in Elfland. I can't say the proper name. Svartalfheim. Fighting Curse. Equipping the Watcher's Blade. Apparently, when you get the Watcher's Blade, you just equip it and it's 6 free lockboxes. Yay! And of course, the 7th task of the lockboxes is 4-starring all of the Spec Op missions, which comes in very handy if you are on the 7th and really need the lockboxes because it gives you 24. Okay? So that's pretty much everything that came out today. One last little bit from the patch notes is that they have released Halloween items, which are just really Halloween gifts to send to your allies and pick up on their maps. May get away in the way only a little bit as far as, say, getting your ISO or your shield points in my case, because with all the leveling up that I've been doing, I'm now drastically short because I've been a bad boy and not doing my maps. They have made balance changes to staggered, which staggered prevents most avoidance effects and prevents the target from dodging. They have done some bug fixes. Research complete pop-ups no longer link to the store if the item cannot be purchased. Tooltips for research that has been completed and unlocked no longer show the item twice. Group boss reward pins should now properly display the agents you helped. Maria Hill now informs agents about recent Circle of 8 victims in Season 2, Chapter 2. Black Knight's issue with Blood Curse not working has been addressed. Moon Knight will now properly help when he arrives via distress call. And tooltips for the Demon Set bundle should now display properly. Known issues is having Heimdall on the player's team prevent flanked follow-up attacks. Okay, I don't know if that is, he's preventing not only the enemy following up on attacks, but also your team following up on attacks. And Svartalfheim effect is being applied to Heimdall even though he is in Guardian. Well, that's interesting. I guess that means that him taking the Asgardians to the Rainbow Road will give him a boost. Huh. One final little note, guys, and we're going to go back to the announcement screen here. Okay, both the Demon Set and the Self-Sacrifice sets are out on sale. You can get the bundles for 192 each, or for the Demon Set right now, for 64 gold each, you can get each individual item, say, the Signpost, the Hotshot, the Fury, and the Grief. Okay? Right now, the Self-Sacrifice is only available as a full-on kit. But, like myself, I only have the Monstrosity and the Hoarfrost space. It'd be nice to be able to get the Roar of the North and Beauregard as well. However, it would be nice to get a more up-to-date Hoarfrost mace that does damage. Okay, only a couple days left to get Omega Lockboxes, folks. You do not want to miss your chance for Omega Sentinel. For a long time, she has been dominant in the PvP and PvP, and the Omega Sentinel rescue dynamic is still out there and still being annoying, and people still hate him. They hate him very much. Okay, that's a lot to cover. I'll probably have a pretty long video for you guys here. Stay tuned over the next couple days. Like I said, we're going to be doing Lockbox reporting and just having all kinds of fun. I didn't want to resend them all, but oh well. Okay, but we're going to have all kinds of fun and so forth with the lockboxes and all, and just really just getting things done, folks, okay? And I'm hoping that even with my work taking a lot out of me, I am going to be able to get back into this and give y'all videos to use, even if it's just a couple videos a day. So this is Agent Koopa signing out. Best of luck out there taking on the Dark Elves, and expect some walkthroughs coming soon.